amazing player for MVP Black. Just filled in the whole whatever the team needs. I think he can basically play anything the team wants to.
So I just got the confirmation. It will be the map pick is actually going over to Black because Tempest wanted first ban, and Black has chosen their map. I'm not going to reveal it until we have our graphic, though. But I got the confirmation that's how it went. So Tempest really favoring that first pick, first ban, and the map is a good one. So I'm excited for that as we get into it in just a moment here.
Of course, it's a good one. There's not a bad map.
Yeah, we got those banned out. Honda Mines, anybody?
All right. All right.
Please, Honda Mines, one day, can I cast that map?
Gardens?
Oh, man, Gardens. All right, looks like we are set to reveal the map, guys. And I can tell you, it is Dragonshire.
Oh, yes.
Dragonshire will be the map. So this is the choice of Black. Tempest chose first ban. And the only maps left, of course, are Spider and Cursed Hollow. So those two maps will be the choice. There's one to choose between the two. If we go to a Game 5, should Black lose their map choice?
And Braxis. I actually want to see Braxis
Braxis
sold
well,
out
yeah.
coming out. Because
Nobody picks that map right now, though.
it's a fast-paced map, so... And we'll go into Dragonshire as Tempest does. The first ban, of course. Now they have a lot of choice there, but they're still keeping that 0 to first pick.
Sorry,
First ban.
I think we're going to see a Falstad pick here. Tempest, don't disappoint me.
Yeah, literally, we can have that CG in there. 0-2 and Zarya, just first bans.
Just like the old Illidan, Abathur, etc. that we used to have in the old days. Second ban Illidan. Wow, first pick Ragnaros.
Okay, Modern Life really pressing on that Ragnaros pick. Tempest really tries to focus on that Ragnaros. Make sure Modern Life feels a little bit more comfortable playing on Ragnaros. That's how I feel like it.
Could see Task Tracer here. Could see Malfurion, Falstad. The world is Black's oyster now with this first pick Ragnaros. I think leaving Falstad to Black is such a scary thing. They also could pick up Tychus. They've been really favoring Tychus tonight, super early in their drafts, including banning him when they weren't feeling like he was going to be useful for them. So this isn't a clear cut for Black. I think they're probably surprised by Tempest's priority here on the Ragnaros, based on the fact that they're using up a lot of their time. But I like Malfurion and... oh, wow. Well, it's going to be Falstad Dog. I was going to say I was going to like Malfurion Falstad, but Dog has been working out really well tonight, especially for Black. And you take two globals. Globals are so important on this map, as we saw earlier. You're leaving Tempest with very few options in terms of rotational play to deal with these shrines.
I think as talking about globals, I think probably the only option, there are some other options, but one of the better ones are just right wing.
They're just very weak, like Brightwing ETC, but like, do you want to pick Brightwing ETC here? Of course not, but I mean, you're limited.
That is very limited, and Black just kind of forced Tempest to pick one of the lower tier of heroes, and that's the skill of drafting here. MVP Black was taking both of the global heroes, Tempest out drafting them.
Tempest can take. I was gonna say they could take Tassadar, Vala. They could take Task Tracer, but that doesn't seem to be their style. Or they could have taken ETC Malfurion, which would have been a powerful combo. You kind of have to take all these as combos, though. You don't want to take them in pieces, or you just get banned here. See what Black wants to ban out. You know, it wouldn't be crazy to ban the ETC. They could take it themselves, and then have total global control. It'd be insane what they could accomplish if they have ETC on their side. They have something else planned. They might want to take Johanna for the blinds.
They can ban out Malfurion again, and
they're going to ban Ariel. This actually should have been more obvious to us with Tassadar Trace or Vala available, but it gives Tempest options. That's why Task Tracer and Task Vala are so strong, because there's so much other things that pair with him. That's why sometimes Tassadar draws first ban. It's not because he alone is a super powerful hero, but he empowers so many different heroes, especially on this current patch.
I think now that they've already took both of the global and there's just so many options to take, I think Tempest can just go ahead and ban out Karazim. That Merryday has really been, like, it's not like he hasn't made like super great plays we could see with our own eyes.
He's just been consistent.
He's been consistent, and whatever you feel consistent, like that could also be like a hidden card banning out, and that will actually be a little bit surprising also. and that could have a big change in the draft.
It definitely could throw a wrench in MVP Black's gears. I completely agree. Something to consider. They may just look for the Tychus ban as well, or Li Ming, just for ranged. There's no good choice here. They're going to ban Varian, which is very similar to what you were talking about in terms of consistency, because Varian didn't make any crazy amazing plays, but he just played well. And the taunt is just so powerful right now. He's just a top-tier hero, especially in Asia. We're seeing him a lot. And here comes the Sergeant Hammer. So not going to go with the Tychus or the Li Ming for that second ranged. And this leaves open the final pick for MVP Black to be a solid Johanna if they want it. Tempest could deny that, which I think would be wise. But it's not as powerful against what Black has as what Black would gain taking the Johanna there.
Now since they have Sergeant Hammer, I think this is an okay chance to actually pick Artanis if they actually want to. They can go right in and just swap off Sergeant Hammer and start the team fight by cutting her off, right?
That's right.
Yeah.
Well, it depends on you're talking about the character or the player.
Yeah.
You could use either.
But still, there's still some available. Diablo is of course available, but for this kind of team fight, especially in Dragon, he's not the most
You don't
top
have a
tier.
follow-up stun.
Yeah.
You don't have a follow-up stun.
And Malfurion is usually a really good follow-up CC, but that's on the other side. So they're really taking this time to pick the
Material
last two.
again, Brightwing. This feels weak.
This feels very weak.
Their only global being Brightwing that has no gank partner. Not going to be strong in the early game.
I think the moment that Malfurion goes right in and Twilight Dreams, that's going to be the end of the team fight.
Could absolutely be. I'm worried for Tempest. Black could still pick the Johanna if they are really feeling it, but it's no longer necessary, I'd say, as they're really only looking for fear of Vala's damage. The rest of your damage sources are going to be by ability power, and they're going to take ETC. This is going to pair well with so many things. It's another global. It's Malfurion. They can pair with the Root. You've got the Dahaka pull that could be grabbed after the stun. The early game is so strong for Black. Tempest is going to have this Glass Cannonball pay off, and so far tonight with these Glass Cannonball comps, only Dudu has had like one team fight he had, but in general this has not worked out. MVP Black on match point, 1 win to go. Can Tempest force a 5th mat? With this draft, it seems unlikely, but anything is possible here in HGC Korea. Let's jump into Game 4. In blue, MVP Black on match point. Sake on Falstad. Reset on Sergeant Hammer. Tist on ETC. Gyocha on Dahaka again. And Meride bringing up the Malfurion.
And in red, Tempest tied on Brightwing, Dok on Tassadar, Lockdown on Vala, Sign on Tyrael, and Modern Life on Ragnaros.
Here we go, G-Clef. Sake, that's how you know it's Mage Falstad.
Yes,
trying to
flying
get some
over
stacks. So
from the
risky.
beginning of the game, yes. That is true, and Tempest does not have the strongest front line of tanks. Of course, that is true. But with all that shield, basically they have double support. The Tassadar Brightwing, and they may actually press from the. They're actually pressing hard from the beginning of the game, and Sake going very low.
Okay. The early game here with ETC is always difficult for Tempest now, as they're always going to be afraid that when they commit, ETC comes in and punishes. See, ETC is in fact rotating up right now, which is interesting because there's just no way with how that lane was pushed that he was going to be able to find anything, which gives Tempest some room to breathe now in the bot lane. And it looks like Sign's going to encounter him in mid now. They're going to have a little skirmish. We're not watching it, but yeah, this is what I'm talking about. Sign encounters him, but ends up losing a lot of his health. Meanwhile, I think it's worth it, though, because he could just simply regen this while this bot push continues. They're going to get a little bit of that ammo down on the turrets. I actually see the Soothing Mist upgrade for Brightwing at level 1, which is pretty rad. I actually like how this is going.
And Tempest, at least they have one global with Brightwing. That's going to help a lot, but still,
like they need to teleport as often as possible.
Yes,
it's their only global, so there are other potentially better choices, but I like this choice given the situation. Black is going to really try to use their globals to push lanes. They have Dahaka, of course. They've got strong wave clear. They have Sergeant Hammer. They even took Moonburn on Malfurion, which is the first time I think we've seen this tonight. And because it does more damage to minions, can help you push the waves a lot faster. The trade-off is you lose Scouting Drone, and you also lose the potential Shando's cooldown reduction. So it's strong when you have a comp that works with it. There's a lot of big trade-offs, but it's almost a win more pick here. I think Black is hoping that they have the better comp, and I think they do significantly here. Tempest is going to have to try to make this work. One of the things about Brightwing, if you talk to Brightwing mains like Swoi, for example, they'll tell you in Korea, Brightwing's good on big maps. She's good for ganks. You need a partner for her. In this game, there is no partner for Brightwing. She can't gank anybody. And it's a problem. Right now, she's just a slow healer, poking a little bit, but not much else.
And for that global presence, that
yeah,
is,
later on.
Yeah,
sure.
that is the thing. But and Tempest there, whenever they really heavily favors Tyrael into the game, but whenever they pick Tyrael, we saw in game 2, game actually kind of exploded by like way before they hit level 10, and they couldn't really come back, and they didn't really have any chance to come back. But they're really going super aggressive this time, so make sure that doesn't happen again. But still, even with all that aggression, are they going to hit level 10 first and prioritize it? I don't know, but I'm pretty sure Black also knows that because they were on top of it on game number 2.
This is what I'm talking about. ETC, man, plus Malfurion in the early game, so powerful. And there's a pick. First blood.
Yeah, basically just the Haka false that everyone coming over to get picked.
Everybody dies. Anyone who sticks around, that is.
Yeah, they lose the top one, but still, because they've killed one, they're gonna get one. But at least it was Brightwing, so Brightwing can come back just like that. But still, there was one kill, and they got the EXP.
Dahaka should be able to channel this, although he is spotted briefly there by the minions. I'm pretty sure that Modern Life knows what's going on. Okay, channeled here. This is what I'm talking about. Falstad has control mid. They can just squat this. If they squat, they get the Dragon Knight. There's no one to deny. Okay, Sign is coming up. Looks like they're going to try to get a pick first onto Modern Life. He has no escapes. That's one of the weaknesses of Ragnaros as a solo laner. He's so vulnerable to ganks. He has to sit back in the lane.
He was using that living meter just to check what's in the bush, but there was nothing at the moment.
Okay, Sign is not denying. Sign is not denying. They're going to squat, and they're going to get this. There you go. Dragon Knight going over 430 here to MVP Black. The term squat is something that's not really used in here, so just made it up right now, but it's what I sometimes use when I'm doing comms with my teammates. If you just sit on it, your opponents can't take it away from you, and you just kind of tank it while the channel happens. You squat on it, and then you get the Dragon Knight. So
reset a little bit in danger out of position, but Mary Day is there to keep him alive, and Sake has been pushing this entire time. Maybe they want to come up and do some damage to the Dragon Knight. I know the first one is not the strongest one, but still, he's doing a lot of work in that mid lane.
Gocha is doing so much here versus Rag as well. And this is going to be very likely with this Dragon Knight heroics to Black first.
Which is big, because Tempest really needs to hit level 10 first to win the team fight and carry on the entire game. But if Black hits level 10 before them, they're going to know, and then they're going to punish them.
What needs to happen more than anything else is Lockdown needs to live and do damage. That is the only way they're going to win any team fights now. He needs to live and do damage. Sanctification is going to make that easier. So are Tastar shields. Brightwing's blink heal, not really, but I mean, kind of. They need to make sure that Lockdown can do the damage. If he's able to do so and kill a target just by pure damage output, that's how Tempest wins fights. The worrisome thing is there's no burst heal. Sanctification can only protect him for so long. It's a really glass cannon comp, as I said before. Like, trades like these are nice, but he needs more.
He needs a lot more. He needs kills, and
that's not the trade you want right there.
Yeah, not having Tassadar around you, you shouldn't be fighting like that. But still, MVP Black hitting that 10, still locked down. Not even having his hero, he was pretty aggressive there.
Okay, Reset.
We'll see.
Reset taking some damage from Modern Life's
and even ETC took stage dive. They literally have 3 globals just going around. They can, Falstad can fly over and connecting with Twilight Dream, and this is a wombo combo that I'm saying, but still.
I mean, this is Black can run circles around Tempest.
Yeah.
If the game goes late, they will just never, ever lose any sort of trait. They'll never be able to be backdoored. They have total control of movement, mobility, and in the early game, it's going to be quite powerful as well. It can win them team fights. The longer the game goes on, though, it's going to gain value, especially with Falstad and ETC. Stage dive plus the epic mount is crazy. We do see Blink Heal coming out, Sank, of course. But I know if you're a viewer right now, it probably feels like we're calling the game over for Tempest, but just imagine there's only one scenario where they win a fight is when Lockdown carries it. He is, by definition, an AD carry in this game.
The only damage. Basically, the only damage. Well, there's Ragnaros also, but still, the only DPS damage.
Look at how much damage he can do if he's left to do it. That's the key. All right, another channel here. Modern Life gets stunned, and he will die.
Brightwing tries to teleport in, but fails to do so. Too late.
Brightwing stuck up top. Teleports on a short cooldown for a brief moment here. Gocha will get the channel. No one to stop him. Free Dragon Knight. Nobody nearby. All lanes pushed. V Black going to hit 13 now.
Tempest, they just basically what you've been saying, and I agree that they need a perfect team fight where Lockdown can just burst down from the backline, like starting off cutting down from with Malfurion or Sergeant Hammer or Falstad from the side. But that's basically it. That's an ideal scenario. But we're talking about in game where they actually have to do so much things. They can't just we can talk, but to bring it out in the game, that's pretty hard.
Yeah. Okay. Let's see what happens next here. Is 13 is not up for Tempest. Oh, this is not a good place to be if you're Sign. He doesn't have to pop Sank. And that is really important. That would have actually created a bigger amount of problems for them here as this keep wall is going down. Sake's getting extra soaked. They just wanted to push for 16. Or, you know, get there faster.
And really not overextending too much. They're getting 1 by 1. I think this is almost a waste of using that Molten Core.
Yeah,
cooldown
why?
is so... I believe the cooldown is over 100 seconds on that.
I think it's 105 if I'm not mistaken. I know it's over 100. It's really long.
It may be a little more, like a lot more than that, like 120 or 150.
It's long. Okay, that he poked somebody. He could have just dropped a W, would have done more damage.
Yeah, that's basically Ragnaros' heroic, so to say. But that was basically wasted and didn't really poke any damage either. And Sign will be out of position, and there goes Sign. I think they started to lose it.
Yeah, they definitely have lost morale for sure. You know, at what level I don't know, but they're not playing as well as they were earlier. This comp is so difficult to make work. Black won this game in the draft, essentially. It would be a miracle, I feel, if Tempest comes back now. It's going to be another kill here with the silence.
Did you just see that play from Tis? That was amazing body blocking. Look at this play. He's just playing amazing with the team. He's just making all that plays with the front line, even with Varian taunts last game. Just such an amazing player. I think MVP Black can actually regain their glory, as they said it during the interview.
Look, we talked about it in the opening. We said that the key here is the matchup between Sign and Tist. Who's the better warrior? And in this series, it has absolutely, without a doubt, been Tist. And no structures down for Black. 5 kills to 0. On track for a perfect game. Siege Giants pushing bot. They're stealing the Bruiser camp. Tist continues to, excuse me, not Tist, Kocha continues to push the top lane. You get another fort. Drop a talent tier here. Reset. Left to do free damage as Duck tries to save this Cat Tower. This is not it. This is not the engage they should be looking for. They're going to try for it anyway. Surferic Smash whiffs! A huge miss! Okay, they get the stun onto Reset, but it's not enough.
Alright, I know. Okay, Tempest, they really need to force a fight, but this is not the way they want to fight.
This is not
Sign getting called. Popping that Sank just by himself, and Stage Dive just does not connect too many, but still, Kyocha pressing on that. Ragnaros goes down. It'll be Hyde will be the next one to go down. Lockdown. See, he has no chance of doing any damage. Basically, he's been running around just trying to dodge all that damage.
Sign's going to Hearth and deny the channel, but it's only a temporary solution, a band-aid, if you will.
It did not complete either.
Yeah, it's okay. He buys some time for, you know, Modern Life and Hyde to respawn. But his channels here, he's going to come down mid. This likely will not end the game unless Tempest makes a big mistake here. Oh, Reset makes a big mistake.
That was a good taunt.
Yeah, really well done. Stayed way too long there. Still, this is a strong Dragon Knight. 12 minutes in. Modern Life, that's when you want to use the multi-core.
And Mary Day just staying alive a little bit more, and Saki comes from behind. Kyoto really just trying to body block the others so they can't really do so much damage.
Lockdown actually dies in the midst of all of this, which means no more damage. Tempest can no longer stay here. They need to go and deal with the Dragon Knight.
And even Sign's in a bit of danger, but I'm sure he can Aldruin.
MVP
So.
Black is mostly out of mana, unfortunately. Although they trick Sign. He gets this all Druids off. Oh man, if Hyde comes in, he might find himself dead too. He needs to leave. Sign is playing with fire right now. The mana problem I just described means everyone needs to Hearth home. Tist is looking for this keep. He might just barely get it. He's got 8 seconds left. Yeah, I think he's gonna get it. Kicks the kick.
He might actually find himself in the danger zone right after. I know he's gonna...
He has his heroic. He can actually just teleport out. And Sake comes over as well. Nicely played. You know what? I get that feeling too. This feels like MVP Black Glory days.
Yes.
This is much better than we saw from them at Gold Club World Championship. They've really hit their strides here. Tist is the one. He's the chosen one.
I think from the roster changes from Miracle, compared to Miracle and Tempest, I think MVP Black is the smiling one right now. I think through that roster change, they have already, well, if this is not the complete version of MVP Black, they will be scary. Like, I'm talking about L5 level scary. That's going to be, like, by the end of the time this league is happening, it's just only the first day, and we'll have 4 weeks into it. MVP Black, if they grow a little bit more, L5, they can even challenge L5, the defending champions.
That's what I want to see. We're not done with this game just yet, but it feels like we are. Tempest is really struggling right now. They're on even talent tiers.
And MVP Black really just waiting for that level 20. Tempest, they have the same talent. If they want to engage right now is like the only time they can engage, or else they will probably lose the game in just next couple of minutes. If
they have no damage, they have no hard engage. They just need Lockdown to right-click on people until they die. Rain of Vengeance hits here. This is their opportunity. No, Reset knocks them away. This would be a good retreat here for Black. Kyocha trying to get a flank here. Could remove Sign from the battle. Stop Sanctification from happening. It's going to be a Gust first. Okay. Well, damage going down here onto Reset. Takes a lot of damage here from that Molten Core. He just barely survives Meride with another heal. Good aim here.
He barely
body block.
He actually falls back on the very last moment, and this can be a chance for Tempest before Black hits 20. Kyocha very low.
Look at Lockdown. Look at everything he is shooting at right now. That is everything. All the damage he is doing is what's going to win them this fight if they do. They've already gotten 2 kills. There's the retreating stage dive from Tist. They only get 2. They need more, but they were able to do it before 20 critically here. Tist going to deny this Hearth, no doubt. Ha! Gotcha.
Waiting till the last moment so they can waste more time going back, but Black just hit level 20, and Tist can just power slide back into his side of the... And Falstad on top already. That was quick.
All right, we have 2, soon to be 3 catapults pushing mid, so there's a bit of a timer on what Tempest can do here. And we'll get this forts that can prevent, you know, this perfect game in terms of structures. They finally get one of those. It's going to push them closer to 20. Remember, they have the bonus EXP now from how long this game has gone. That catch-up mechanic.
And basically, Falstad is forcing them to go home, and Tist has been a little overexpending, but he's not dying too much, so I wouldn't say he's been making mistakes, but Saki really pressing this hard on top lane.
Yeah, greedy, but they get the wall. The top lane is only useful for catapult pressure. You're almost never going to end the game off of the Bridge of Death on this map.
And this DK, if this DK goes towards Black, that's basically game over.
Lockdown's trying to deny, but he's unable to get there in time. If he dies, it's 100% over. He does escape for the time being. This could still be game.
The Falstad is still taking this keep
and he
out.
Can fly in. He has Epic Mount. He could fly in at any moment.
Or
he could just gust from behind.
Yes,
yeah,
that's true. And just really trying to force it, but it's Kyocha on that Dragon Knight really taking some time because they don't have that CC from.
Okay, coming in now. They're going to go for the core. They're going to ignore the keep for the time being. Kyocha just going in. This keep will go down. Seems to be a bit of disagreement of what exactly is the best target as a big stun comes down from Modern Life as well. Kyocha losing so much health on this Dragon Knight because he went in alone. They got the keep, but the Dragon Knight is essentially wasted here. I feel they could have probably damaged the bottom keep a lot more and gotten more from this. Well, they're still in such a great position. I can't be too critical. They got 10% of the core's health. They got the top keep anyways, and Tempest still doesn't have 20.
If Tempest hit 20, that's what they're waiting for, but they have some chances like Lockdown just doing free damage just like Teamfight before, but still MVP Black is in a huge advantage right now, just out-rotating. Falstad just flies over back to keep the pressure on that mid lane. With this camp, they will have pressure on both lanes, and Tempest really needs to make a decision now, and it looks like they're following the macro so far.
With Falstad having Epic Mount, he's basically just going to make sure all catapults are pushed no matter what, and he can come back to the team fight anytime he needs to. And so this is the safest possible way to end things. It's not normally how Black operates, as you saw from that last push with Coach the Dragon Knight, but they're going to be able to secure this last keep with this push, most likely. Tempest is about to hit 20. This is a huge one, but they're not going to get it off these Mercs. Mercs don't give EXP. They need it on this next wave. They're almost close to the in-game ticker as well. Lockdown with just a few more minion kills will get it. That's going to be the opportunity they need. They need to wipe. They need this team fight. They need to get bot keep. Already Black is moving back, though. They see the 20. And look, catapults on the core.
And Sake is putting some pressure on to hide and the core, and this may find himself in a dangerous position.
He's polyed! He's polyed! I don't know if he's getting out of this one. He does just barely. Oh my god.
Oh my goodness, look at that Gust and flying over to the safety.
This is still a win for Tempest, though. That's still a good move against Sake. Now he doesn't have Fly, he doesn't have Gust.
And he's gonna try to force the pressure on top again as he clears that wave, and then we're gonna have a little fight here on the bottom. Sign really pushing that hard with at the front.
Okay, Brightwing can teleport in right now. Falstad cannot. Brightwing actually has to stay here and deal with this. Falstad will be able to teleport very soon with his global, his epic mount. As the shrines do activate, he may just simply fly up top. Brightwing won't be able to chase him. There's no one up there. Duck holds this for now, which is really important. But this pressure is starting to really, really work on this core. If Black wins one team fight to win the game, the same could not be said of Tempest. Kyocha, though, barely survives here. A huge silence.
Twilight Dream comes out, and the stage dive to connect. Sanctification is still keeping it alive. Avala is already dead, and Sake
goes
onto
for the core.
This is going to be game over for MVP
will.
Black.
Sake flies to the other side. He will be able to knock this down eventually, uses the barrel roll for the shield, gets the Gust on the Modern Life.
He does go down, but the
ETC
matter. Is coming. It doesn't matter. The game's over, and it is set. Match going to MVP Black.
MVP Black takes the series 3-1. Very well played. They look back in form, and I got to say, Tist has never looked stronger. Looks to be synergizing with this team very well. Kyocha has found his place in the Bruiser role from what we've seen so far, only on Dahaka. I'm really excited to see him play other heroes like Thrall, perhaps Illidan later on in the season. But on Dahaka, he's looked really strong. He's playing a similar role because he's used to playing Falstad and soaking. He's doing something very similar here on the Dahaka. So Tempest did not look weak by any means, but Black, and especially Tist, just looked so much better.
I think Black, we said before, on paper, they look so crisp, but we also said that for Miracle, and then they ended up losing tonight against Mighty. And here comes MVP Black. I think they honestly have the right people to actually make it work. They can challenge L5. And also Tempest, they look really solid. I think they just need to brush up with Modern Life, but just